Welcome to Forsyth County Schools. This is a short video on our responsible use guidelines for employee technology use. In this video, we will discuss proper student supervision regarding technology use, password security, and appropriate electronic communication with students, colleagues, and the general public. Staff must be aware that students have access to the internet from all the school system's computers. Teachers must use good judgment and closely supervise their students' use of the internet. The school system uses filtering software to help prevent student access to inappropriate websites. However, it is impossible to block access to all objectionable material. You should always supervise student technology use in your classroom, the computer labs, or the media center. Students should not have free time on the computer, nor should they be going to sites that aren't directly related to a specific assignment. Students should only employ Forsyth County Schools computers for activities directly related to learning. In Forsyth County Schools, there are grade-appropriate guidelines for student internet searches. Students in grades K through 5 may visit sites pre-selected by a teacher. Searches may only be done using carefully reviewed and district-approved safe search sites for younger students. Students in grades 6 through 8 may only perform unsupervised internet searches using child-friendly search engines. A search using any other search engine must be conducted with teacher supervision. Students in grades 9 through 12 may use any search engine other than a child-friendly search engine, but they must use the advanced search page of the internet search engines in order to develop more reliable, useful, and relevant search results. Password security is vital as student and teacher passwords allow users to gain entry into the network and protected data. Any individual who is issued a password is required to keep it private and is not permitted to share it with anyone for any reason. Never allow a student to log in with a staff member's user's name and password. They will tell their friends what the password is, and they will log in under the teacher name and look at private documents including email and grades. Be careful when entering your username and password or changing your password. Students will try to look over your shoulder and steal this information. Never allow a student to use a computer unless they are logged in under their own name. Students will need to be instructed as to their password and login information for its learning and other county applications. School technology includes computer labs, laptops, and other school devices. School technology also includes student use of the BYOT network. Students are not allowed to use district devices without supervision, which means that students are not to go to the labs nor use school-issued technology without your supervision. You must be present while students are using technology in your classroom. You should treat student usernames and passwords with confidentiality. Do not post a list of usernames and passwords where all students can see them. Users are responsible for their appropriate storage and backup of their own data. Forsyth County School employees and students now have unlimited Google Drives they can access through its learning or any other web-enabled device. Please encourage students to properly back up their own data. Also, please back your own data in multiple places such as a network drive, your FCS Google Drive, or another permanent file storage site. Flash drives can be unreliable and can be impossible to recover if they fail. If you care about your files, back them up. Email accounts are provided to employees for professional purposes. Email accounts should not be used for personal gain or personal business activities, and broadcasting of unsolicited messages is prohibited. Examples of such broadcasts include chain letters, mail bombs, virus hoaxes, spam mail, and executable files. These type of emails often contain viruses and can cause excessive network traffic or computing load. All employees must request permission from the building administrator before sending any message to an entire school staff. School email accounts are considered state records and can be reviewed upon request under open records laws. Be professional in your use of school email. As far as written communication, If you would not feel comfortable saying what you've written to your principal, then you should not send it out as an email. Employees are responsible for ensuring that any computers or computing devices, CDs and flash drives, or other forms of storage media that they bring in from outside the school are virus-free and do not contain any unauthorized or inappropriate files. Employees are permitted to connect to the district network via the secure wireless connection provided by the school system, but all access must be in accordance with the responsible use policy. Employees are not permitted to use their own computing devices to access the internet via personal Wi-Fi accounts or by any manner other than connecting through the secure wireless connection provided by the school system while on campus. Forsyth County Schools recognize that today's students and parents engage in electronic forms of communication for their daily interactions with friends, family, and their larger social networks. The school system has also turned to email, websites, blogs, text messaging, and use of public social media networks such as Twitter, Facebook, and others to communicate with similar groups. While these forms of communications are dynamic, mobile, and quickly reach their audience through technologies that have become an integral part of our lives, they may, in some circumstances, not meet the public and professional standards for communicating with students and parents. FCS realizes that part of 21st century learning is adapting to the changing methods of communication. The importance of staff, students, and parents engaging, collaborating, learning, and sharing in these digital environments is part of a 21st century learning environment. To this aim, Forsyth County Schools have developed the expectations for communicating electronically to provide information and direction for employees when participating in online social media activities. It is important to create an atmosphere of trust and individual accountability, keeping in mind that information produced by FCS employees is a reflection on the entire district. By accessing, creating, or contributing to any blogs, wikis, or other social media for classroom or district use, you agree to abide by these expectations. Please read them carefully before posting or commenting on any blog or creating any classroom blog, wiki, or podcast. All employees must adhere to the Georgia Code of Ethics for Educators, as stated in FCS board policy when using electronic communication in a professional setting. Electronic communication with students and parents should always be transparent, accessible, and professional. First, the communication should be transparent. All electronic communication between staff, students, and parents should be transparent. As a public school district, we are expected to maintain openness, visibility, and accountability with regard to all communication. Second, the communication should be accessible. All electronic communication between staff, students, and parents are a matter of public record and or may be accessible by others. Finally, the communication should be professional. All electronic communication from staff to students or parents should be written as a professional representing Forsyth County Schools. This includes word choice, tone, grammar, and subject matter that model the standards and integrity of Forsyth County Schools professional. Always choose words that are courteous, conscientious, and generally businesslike in manner. If communication meets all three of the criteria above, then it is likely that the methods of communication with students and parents that you are choosing are appropriate and professional. In Forsyth County Schools, there are clear guidelines for acceptable communication methods with students, parents, and the general public. Use of district email and phones are always a very appropriate way to communicate directly with students and parents. District email provides staff members with a record of the communication. For this reason, district-provided email and district-provided phone numbers and extensions should be used at all times. Please refer to the responsible use policy for best practice guidelines in their use. Forsyth County Schools use an official website for communication with the general public. Within the school system and local school website, teachers are provided a variety of school-authorized pages to share information about curriculum, instruction, and school-sponsored activities pages to share information with students and parents. The website also has the ability to post blogs, surveys, calendar items, and news. Social media is useful for instructional purposes, but are publicly visible and should be used carefully. Any content staff members publish, pictures they post, or dialogue they maintain, whether in Facebook, Twitter, a blog, a discussion thread, or other websites, should never compromise the professionalism, integrity, and ethics in their role as a Forsyth County Schools professional. A good question that staff members should ask themselves before posting or emailing a message is, would I mind if that information appeared on the front page of the local newspaper? If that answer is yes, then do not post it. Email and social networking sites are very public places. There are several communication formats that Forsyth County Schools view as less than acceptable. Text messaging is a widely used communication format. This form of communication is typically between individuals and highly personal. Because texting is such a quick and convenient way of communication, a simple message may lead to an extended texting conversation that gets off topic. Therefore, staff members should be aware that text messaging between a staff member and an individual student can easily be misinterpreted by a parent. If a staff member plans to use texting for immediate and urgent contact with students or team members, they must be transparent about such use. Staff must make parents aware at the beginning of the school year or season that they may use texting. A variety of instructional tools are available which take advantage of texting capabilities. Staff should always communicate with parents ahead of time regarding the use of such tools. Forsyth County School employees should never use personal email accounts to communicate with students about school matters. Additionally, staff members should exercise extreme caution about using their personal phones when communicating with students. Staff members presently using social media sites such as Facebook to communicate with their personal social networks should ensure that their privacy settings are set to only friends. Other settings open staff members to content to a much larger group of people, which could include students and parents. Employees should not use their district email accounts or phone numbers for communications on social media networks for personal accounts. The wall between the role of public educator and personal friendship with students should always be visible and strongly communicated. This short video is only meant to cover general areas of Forsyth County Schools' responsible use policy. If you have any questions or concerns now, or at any point in the school year, please ask your instructional technology specialist. Thank you and welcome to Forsyth County Schools.